A coastal storm, and this time with coastal flooding. I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci. We have a coastal flood advisory in effect for all of South Jersey between 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. tonight. That is to cover the evening high tide, something we haven't seen much of this month, thankfully, but we are going to see it today in terms of coastal flooding. We also have a gale watch in effect for Friday into Saturday. Now, there are specific areas that will be impacted by this coastal flooding. We're expecting Ocean Drive between Wildwood Crest and Cape May, and this is really the susceptible places that we usually see during minor flood stage. You can see White Horse Pike and Black Horse Pikes going into Atlantic City. You'll have some issues, even some places in Harvey Cedars and along Long Beach Island will have some water on them. If you see flooded water, make sure you don't drive through it because it is salt water and it will corrode. And this is all thanks to our system that is now sitting here in North Carolina and is going to be moving north as day goes on. We also have a cold front to the west, and they're going to kind of combine in a way of sorts here. Watch what happens. The low pressure system goes into New Jersey, forms a cold front south of that, and this is going to move to the north and east. Notice how it's very close to us. That also increases our wind risk as we go out throughout the day today. 8 a.m. future radar for you. It's a good rain, but it is relatively scattered. We don't get to the heavier stuff until late morning, and that continues into the afternoon with the southeast wind that blows as well. We'll expect some areas of stream and creek flooding. In isolated spots, most of you will be fine, and also some pockets of roadway flooding. See how it stays steady through 8 o'clock. By about 9 o'clock, that steady rain is over, and then we just have a couple of isolated showers throughout the night. And by the time we get towards Friday morning, all will be dry across the area, at least for part of the day. On Friday, we are expecting returning rain during the afternoon, but the winds will whip from the north and the northwest during this time. And let's take a look at our wind speed. Really, the shore is where we're expecting the highest winds. No surprise there. And these are sustained winds. So as we put this loop in motion, we're going to see gusts between 40 to 55 miles an hour for Friday and Saturday. But look what happens here. This is for Friday. Sustained winds in the 20s. Friday night, even getting close to 30 miles an hour, 30 above in some places, and then that goes into Saturday. So make sure to take in any loose objects that you have. Potential for isolated power outages and some downed tree branches as we go through Friday and Saturday. For this morning, temperatures in the upper 40s near 50 degrees. Steadier rain as we go later into the day. Then for our afternoon, temperatures right around seasonable, but it will be a raw day with all of the rain and wind here throughout the day. It's pretty much a washout for everybody here across the area. If you're heading out on the water, not the best day to do so. Small crafts are not recommended to go in the water. You see the wave heights here, 4 to 7 feet. Winds increase to 20 knots. Gusts near 35 knots as well. And here are your high and low tide times for the Atlantic Ocean waters. I should also mention during this high tide time in the morning, there will be spotty areas of minor flood stage. Going into tonight, staying on the mild side here, 40 to 45, but the main story is we're more dry than not after 9 p.m., but we have that coastal flooding that will be our main impact for us during the overnight hours. Winds southeast and northwest, 12 to 18 miles an hour. There is a but though. As that low pressure comes over us, the winds will actually go calm for a while during the overnight. So it's not going to be a whipping wind all night, but during the evening and then during the early morning on Friday is when we're expecting the strongest winds. Going into Friday, we're going to be tough to see much more than mostly cloudy day throughout the day. Temperatures peak in the low to mid 50s, again around seasonable, but the bigger story, the whipping winds, and then we're watching for a round of rain as a piece of energy comes by, and it's going to come by pretty quickly during the afternoon on Friday. It looks to be between 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could see a round of rain for maybe about an hour or so. Mainland 7-day forecast. Let's talk about some brighter days ahead, and we will have that for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday full of sunshine. Temperatures rise as we go on throughout the weekend. Look at this, low 60s for Sunday and Monday. Feeling exactly like spring here at South Jersey. We'll flip over to the shore 7-day. Next system on Tuesday. This is going to bring some rain and then cold air to follow as we go through the rest of the week. We have more information for you on the coastal flooding as well as what we can expect from this storm on social media, Facebook and Instagram at JoeMartWX, Twitter at AC Press Martucci, or our website, pressofac.com/weather.